Hello students, in this lecture we are starting a chapter named Chemical Kinetics. In your class 12 syllabus you have first 5 chapters which come under physical chemistry section, and Chemical Kinetics being the 4th chapter is also one of them. Okay students, since it is our first class on Chemical Kinetics, it would be important for us to get the hold of the basics as much as possible. For the notes of the lecture, a link is given in the description box from where you can download it. Okay, just before entering into the chapter, let me show you the lecture flow. इस चैप्टर को मैंने 12 टॉपिक्स में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया और आज की क्लास में फर्स्ट 3 टॉपिक्स हम अच्छे से एक्सटेंसिवली डिस्कस करेंगे. फर्स्ट 3 टॉपिक्स, and students, in the coming lectures we will cover all the 12 topics with equal emphasis. And remember, these first 3 topics are important in the sense that they will set the momentum for the entire chapter. If you can understand them well, I hope rest of the chapter will be very easy for you. So let's enter into the chapter. This is introductory part of chemical kinetics. We will discuss for a few minutes. Let's know what is chemical kinetics. So chemical kinetics, also known as reaction kinetics, broadly deals with 2 aspects. See, the number 1 is rate of reaction. Rate of reaction means speed of reaction. Remember, speed of reaction. Rate of reaction means speed of reaction. यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स एक इम्पॉर्टेंट बात आपको याद रखना पड़ेगा, जैसे कि लाइक आई एम ड्राइविंग माई कार फ्रॉम माई होम टू योर होम. Is it possible that during the journey from my home to your home I will maintain the same speed? No, it is not possible. Obviously not. It is practically not possible to maintain the same speed from the start to the end of the journey. And exactly in a similar way, as the reaction starts just after mixing the reactants together, mixing reactants is like putting the key in your car and turning on the engine. So as you mix the reactants, reaction starts, but from the start to the completion of reaction, the reaction will not go in the same speed. The speed of the reaction will keep changing, and this is a very important fact you have to note here. I have given it separately, I have shown it separately here. See students, rate of or speed of reaction keeps changing with progress of the reaction. That you have to remember. And this change of speed of reaction is because of several factors working in the reaction process. So in chemical kinetics we also discuss about the factors which affect the rate, that is speed of reaction. So this is the first aspect of chemical kinetics. Chemical kinetics also deals with, secondly, mechanism of chemical reaction. But this part we will not discuss under chemical kinetics. It is not there in your syllabus. In organic chemistry we will discuss about the mechanism of reaction, but not from the kinetic point of view. Based on the speed of reactions, we have categorized the reactions in 3 different categories. First one is very fast reactions. As the name indicates, these reactions are so fast that just the moment you mix the reactants together, the reaction is finished. Ionic reactions are generally examples of very fast reactions. One such example is given also. Another example of very fast reactions is very common. You probably know that also. That modern cars are provided with a safety measure airbag. When a car suffers a substantial collision, then suddenly this airbag gets inflated and protects us against damage. Actually, nitrogen gas is produced within the airbag. Then from where this nitrogen gas comes? Actually, within airbag there is a chemical named sodium azide NaN3, sodium azide. And when the car suffers the collision, suddenly a spark happens in the system, and due to which the sodium azide NaN3 momentarily breaks down, decomposes to release nitrogen gas. Even it happens within 10 milliseconds, this reaction takes place. And the airbag inflates by getting the nitrogen gas as formed by the decomposition of the sodium azide momentarily. This airbag thus gives us enough cushioning effect and saves us against damage. This is a very good example of very fast reactions. On the other hand, on the other side, we have very slow reactions. These reactions takes months, even years to complete. Rusting of iron is one such example. Another reaction is moderate reaction. This type of reaction is very important in reference to chemical kinetics. In between very fast and very slow reactions, we have another set of reactions, the speed of which can be easily measured. See, for very fast reactions, we cannot study kinetics because the moment we mix the reaction is over, done. So we do not get the time to even study the rate of reactions. For very slow reactions, there is no meaning to study the kinetics. So it is the moderate reaction which are particularly important in reference to chemical kinetics. Now we are moving to a topic, rate of reaction, which is very important from exam point of view also. That is the topic from where you have to be very conscious. Before knowing the rate of reaction, for example, a reaction A plus B giving you some product C plus D. Whenever a reaction goes on, A and B are converted to C and D. Thus, A and B will disappear slowly and C and D will keep appearing slowly in the reaction process. Thus, two important points we have to notice here. See, I have given it. Concentration or amount of reactant decreases during the reaction and concentration of product increases during the reaction. It is a very common thing that you will already know. Now, we will know what is the meaning of rate of reaction. It is defined as, rate of reaction is defined as the change in concentration or amount, whatever, of reactants or products per unit time. Let's explain this with the help of an example. Let's take an reaction and see how to write rate of reaction, how to write expression for rate of reaction. See, suppose this is a reaction. Small a moles of capital A plus small b moles of capital B giving you capital C and capital D as product. Here we will concentrate mainly on how to write mathematical expression for rate of reaction. And we will use this equation as an example for that. See, it is important to note here that expression, mathematical expression for this given example can be written in 4 ways. How do I know 4 ways? Because here we have 4 species, A, then capital B, then capital C, capital D, 2 reactants, 2 products. A total of 4 species are involved in the reaction. So 4 ways I can write the rate of reaction, mathematical expression for rate of reaction. how to write. Let's see. Or you just focus on how to write. Later we will understand why it is so. See, rate of reaction can be written first in terms of reactant A. What we have written? Change, del means change in the concentration of A. Third bracket A means concentration of A, you know that. By change in time, that is what definition suggests us, change in concentration with respect to time. So change in the concentration of A, del concentration of A, divided by del T, change in time. These signs, minus, plus, these signs we will see later. Let us make this sign disappear. We will bring them back, don't worry. First see how to write. The first expression we have written in terms of A. Then in the second expression we have written in terms of B. Change in concentration of B by change in time. And in every case, stoichiometry is placed in the denominator, C. Third, in terms of C, change in concentration of C, del concentration of C by del T multiplied by the stoichiometry. And in another way we can write in terms of D, change in concentration of D by change in time multiplied by the stoichiometric coefficient. This is how we write rate of reaction, students. Now we will bring the sign back. Whenever you write expression in terms of a reactant, see in the first expression and second expression, first expression and second expression, these two expressions are in terms of reactants, all are same, but first two are in terms of reactants. Mathematically the value of all these expression, all the results will be same. But whenever you write the expression in terms of reactant, you have to put a minus sign before, minus sign before. And in terms of product, in the third case you have written in terms of product, a plus sign before has to be there. Now why do we put a negative sign while writing expression for rate of reaction in terms of reactants? To understand this, let us take an example. इस नेगेटिव साइन का यह मतलब नहीं है कि रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन नेगेटिव आ जाएगा. रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन, दैट इज स्पीड ऑफ रिएक्शन, कैन नेवर बी नेगेटिव. Speed of reaction will always be positive. Then why do we put the negative sign before? See. Okay. Let us take initial concentration of A, I, initial concentration of A, let it be 10 mole per liter. After some time, if we again check the concentration of A, now it would be less than 10 mole per liter because A is a reactant and concentration of reactant decreases during the reaction. It is given here. So what would be the change in concentration of A? It would be final minus initial, 7 minus 10, that is minus 3 mole. That means change in the concentration of reactant itself is a negative quantity. Itself is a negative quantity. Thus, we already put a negative sign before just to ensure that this negative sign get multiplied with the negative sign of change in the concentration of reactant to get the overall result positive. Similarly, in the second expression also we put a negative sign because it is also in terms of reactant. I hope it is clear. Okay. Let us now solve a question. Express the given reactions in terms of rate expressions. So I am doing this. These two you will do as homework. See, ROR, rate of reaction, is equal to minus. How many ways rate can be written? 3 ways, because 3 species are involved. 2 reactants and 1 product. So in 3 ways we can write the rate of reaction. Then what we have written in the first expression, change, del, change in the concentration of SO2 by change in time multiplied by stoichiometry. Stoichiometry is 2 in this case. Stoichiometry is 2. We can write the second expression of rate of reaction in a similar way. Mathematically they all are equal. Again negative sign because second expression is also for another reactant. So change in the concentration of reactant O2 by change in time. Now stoichiometry is 1, so multiplied by 1. You may not write it also. Third expression can be written using SO3. In the numerator, change in concentration of SO3, and in numerator, change in time. Here I have done a mistake. Multiplied by 2 in the denominator because we have stoichiometry 2 before SO3. Is it clear? For rest of the equations you can write by yourself. Now let's check why do we put stoichiometric coefficient in the denominator. Let's take another example to understand this. If this is a reaction A plus giving you 2 moles of C, then rate of reaction can be written in 3 ways. We have checked it for twice earlier. For A, change in concentration of A by change in time, stoichiometry is 1, so change in time is multiplied by 1. In the second case also negative sign. First case negative sign, in the second expression you have to put negative sign because here it is also written in terms of reactant. Change in the concentration of reactant by change in time, again stoichiometry is 1. Again stoichiometry is 1, you may not write it. In the third expression in terms of C, it is a product, so positive sign before. Change in the concentration of C divided by change in time multiplied by 2. 2 is the stoichiometric coefficient here. Now, why do we put the stoichiometric coefficient in the denominator? See, change in concentration with respect to change in time for 2 moles of C is this. In the numerator, change in concentration divided by change in time. This is for 2 moles. Then change in concentration with respect to time for 1 mole of C will be change in concentration of time by del T multiplied by 2 because it will get divided by 2. That means while expressing rate of reaction, we express the change in concentration with respect to change in time for 1 mole of that reactant or that product. So stoichiometry is mandatory to be put in the denominator while expressing the rate of reactions. Never forget. If you don't put the stoichiometry, it will become something else. We are coming to that. Here we are dealing with two important terminology: average rate and instantaneous rate. Students, if the change in concentration by change in time is considered for a long interval of time, then we express the rate of reaction in terms of average rate. We will deal with an example, it will be very clear then. So average rate can be written as, for this reaction, reactant giving you product. So average rate can be written as minus, because we are writing in terms of R, reactant first. Change in the concentration of R by change T. We usually use del in average rate. Del refers to a bigger change because we are considering a big interval of time while measuring the change in concentration. That's why the change in concentration is supposed to be large also. Let us take an example to clarify this average rate, and we will by doing that we will also know why there is a need to bring another term, instantaneous rate, in the scenario. Let us take this example. Suppose a reactant R gives some products. We are not naming the products. Reactant is R with stoichiometry 1. Suppose at very early morning the reaction is started. So initial concentration of reactant, Let us say it is 100 mole per liter. At 7:30 a.m. if you check, after 30 minutes, it's a long interval of time. After 30 minutes if you check, and let's say it now decreases to 10 mole per liter. As you know, concentration of reactant decreases. So what is the change? 10 minus 100, final minus initial, minus 90 mole per liter is the change in concentration. What is the change in time? 30 minutes. Converted to second, it becomes 1800 second. Now rate of reaction is equal to, you put this expression, rate of reaction is equal to minus, in the numerator, del R by del T. So by doing the calculation, it comes out to be 0.05 mole per liter per second. This is the unit of rate of reaction. You can find the unit of rate of reaction by yourself. Now students, average rate does not give us a true picture of the reaction. How? Because here we are getting average rate of reaction because we are using capital del. While in instantaneous rate we will use small del. We will come to that later. We will use D. So while the speed is, rate of the reaction comes out to be 0.05 mole per liter per second, which is average rate in our example, it does not give us a true picture of the reaction. How? Because just like I said in the beginning, if I drive a car from the start to the end of my journey, I cannot maintain the same speed. So it is not possible that reaction will continuously run for half an hour at the same speed of 0.05 mole per liter per second. It is not possible. That means we are not getting the detailed picture of the reaction. At every instant, what is the speed? We are not getting this information from average rate. That's why we need a different concept of instantaneous rate, where we take a very small change in concentration with respect to a very small change in time. That means, let's say for every 1 second or half second, we are calculating the rate. Then which type of rate will it be? It would be instantaneous rate, because we are taking a very infinitesimally small time gap. 1 second or half second, very small time gap we are considering. Thus, we are getting the picture of the reaction. We are tracking the speed of the reaction at every second while considering instantaneous rate. But during average rate calculations, we are getting the information once in 30 minutes. An instantaneous rate, every second information is there at our hand. So we get a detailed explanation or detailed picture of how the reaction is proceeding. While if we consider instantaneous rate, because in instantaneous rate we will take a very infinitesimally small change of time and correspondingly small change in concentration also. Just the difference is in the expression, nothing else. In the material you will find detailed notes of average rate and instantaneous rate. You once go to it, you will understand. Let us solve this question now. Write expression for number 1, rate of reaction, number 2, rate of disappearance of X. We will know what is disappearance or what is appearance. In number 3, rate of appearance or formation of Z. Let's try to solve this question. First, let us write rate of reaction. Rate of reaction in this case can be written in 3 ways, because we have 3 species involved in the reaction: X, Y and Z. Let's write it first in terms of X. So rate of reaction is equal to minus, you already know that negative sign has to be there whenever we write a rate of reaction in terms of a reactant. So in the numerator, change in the concentration of X, I have given D. That means I have written instantaneous rate of reaction. You can use capital del also, no problem. in that case it will be average rate of reaction, because in question it is not mentioned whether average or instantaneous rate has to be written. So it's your choice. I have chosen instantaneous rate. So better let me write INS. Instantaneous rate of reaction is equal to minus dx by dt, change in time, and stoichiometry has to be multiplied in the denominator. In the second expression, again negative sign should be there because Y is again a reactant. The numerator, change in the concentration of Y, d third bracket Y, change in concentration of Y by dt. Here stoichiometry is 1. And in number 3, third expression for rate of reaction can be written as plus change in concentration of Z, it is product by change in time, multiplied by stoichiometry 3. Now you are asked to write rate of disappearance of X. X is a reactant, so of course it will disappear, concentration of X will decrease during the reaction. So for that sense, in that sense we will write rate of disappearance of X. Remember, whenever you will write disappearance or appearance, rate of disappearance or rate of appearance, then you should not consider stoichiometry. If you consider stoichiometry, then it would become rate of reaction ROR. But while writing ROD, rate of disappearance, or ROA, rate of appearance, you should not consider stoichiometric coefficient. Without stoichiometric coefficient, you write change in concentration by change in time, it would be rate of disappearance or appearance, depending upon the question. So rate of disappearance of X, of course X will disappear, it's a reactant, is equal to negative sign should be there, just stoichiometry should not be considered, rest everything should be there. Negative del X, change in concentration of X by change of time, done. Stoichiometry we have not written, so it is a rate of disappearance. Now rate of appearance of Z. Z is a product, so it will appear. The rate of appearance, just plus sign has to be there. Then in numerator, change in concentration of Z by change in time. Again stoichiometry is not considered. Is it clear? So in rate of reaction you will consider stoichiometry. In rate of disappearance or appearance you will not consider stoichiometry. Sign should be considered always, whether it is rate of reaction or rate of disappearance or rate of appearance. Clear? Let us solve another problem of this kind. Express the relation between rate of disappearance of P and rate of formation of R in the given reaction. Let us first write in the solution, let us first write the rate of reaction in all 4 possible ways, because there are 4 total species involved in the reaction, P, Q, R and S. So rate of reaction is equal to first minus, because it's a reactant, P is a reactant, minus in the numerator change in the concentration of P, in the denominator change in time multiplied by coefficient of stoichiometry 2. In the second case again negative sign, change in concentration of Q by change in time. In third case if I have to use positive sign because it's a product, change in concentration of R by change in time. In fourth case also positive sign because you are writing in terms of product S, change in concentration of S by change in time. Here you have to multiply it by 2, stoichiometry is 2. Now you can see I have used a D, small d, that means I have written rate of reaction in terms of instantaneous rate. You can use capital del, in that case it would be average rate of reaction. It doesn't matter, you can write capital del or small d, your choice. and you need not even mention whether you are writing instantaneous or average, because by observing whether it is small d or capital del, it is automatically understood that it is whether it is instantaneous or average. Fine. Now, as we are asked to express the relation between rate of disappearance of P, so we will take expression 1 and rate of formation of R, so we will take expression 3 also. From 1 and 3 we can write, because these expressions are mathematically equal to each other. Now we can write from 1 and 3 minus change in concentration of P by change in time multiplied by stoichiometry is equal to this rate of reaction in terms of R. Now let us separate this stoichiometry. Then it would become, without stoichiometry, this particular term will no longer remain rate of reaction, because stoichiometry is separated. It would become rate of disappearance of P. Sign should be there, remember. Just stoichiometry has to be disappeared. Sign should be there. Is equal to 2 into this part. As in this case, stoichiometry is by default 1, so you need not separate it. So it can be said rate of appearance of R. 2 into rate of appearance of R. Thus rate of disappearance of P is equal to 2 into rate of appearance of R. Is it clear? Students, this is the last problem we are solving today. A gaseous reaction, 2 moles of A giving the products 4 moles of B and 1 mole of C is carried out in a closed vessel. Okay. The concentration of B is found to increase by 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 mole per liter in 10 seconds. Then calculate rate of appearance of B, rate of reaction and rate of disappearance of A. It can be solved very easily. See in the solution, first we will write the expression for rate of reaction in all the 3 possible ways. There are 3 possible ways because you know there are 3 species involved in the reaction, A, B and C. So rate of reaction is equal to, first in terms of A you have to use negative sign. You know where to put stoichiometry, everything, you know how to write these 3 equations. Now let's see, is there any more information given in the question? See, concentration of B is found to increase by 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 mole per liter. So it's an increase in concentration of B. We can say change in concentration of B. And the time interval is 10 seconds. So we can write given del B, change in concentration of B is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 with a positive sign because concentration increases. This is a positive change. And delta T 10 seconds. Now we will find rate of reaction. While finding rate of reaction, we take the help of equation 2. We will take the help of equation 2 because here in terms of B the rate of reaction is expressed and we have been given some information about the change of concentration of B. So from equation 2 we can write ROR, rate of reaction, is equal to plus del concentration of B by del T multiplied by stoichiometry 4. Here you put the value of delta B, which is 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 mole per liter, and delta T, which is 10 seconds. Thus we get rate of reaction as 0.125 into 10 to the power minus 3 mole per liter per second. First we have calculated rate of reaction intentionally. In your question it is given in the second point, the rate of reaction is given in the second point, but we have calculated it first because without knowing the value of rate of reaction we cannot find rate of appearance or rate of disappearance. Now let us find rate of appearance of B. Again you have to use equation 2 because rate of appearance of B is asked. How will you write? ROR is equal to, this equation you have taken from equation 2 directly. Now just if you can separate this stoichiometry in other side, if you can transfer it to the other side, this side will become free of stoichiometry coefficient, and it would mean without stoichiometry and a positive sign is there, so it would mean a rate of appearance of B. Clear? And 4 will be multiplied with rate of reaction, and rate of reaction we have already calculated above. So rate of appearance of B can be easily calculated. Now let us solve rate of disappearance of A. To solve rate of disappearance of A, we will take help of equation 1, because there you have del A by del T. We already have calculated rate of reaction in our first step. Without knowing the value of rate of reaction, we cannot find rate of appearance or rate of disappearance. So to solve rate of disappearance of A, let us consider equation 1. And we know the value of rate of reaction. See, we have copied the equation 1. From equation 1 we have written this. Now we have to just shift this coefficient of stoichiometry to the other side so that the right hand side becomes free of stoichiometric coefficient. And once it is free of stoichiometric coefficient, this would mean sign has to be there. So without stoichiometric coefficient but there is sign, in this condition it would mean rate of disappearance of A. Thus we calculate rate of disappearance of A equal to, in this side 2 into value of ROR is already known. This calculation is left to you. You will solve it. Students, in the next lectures we will cover the next 2 or 3 topics. In that way we will equally emphasize all the 12 topics. Thank you, students.